Welcome everyone. Just wanted to introduce you to Ali Alassadi.
Yes.
And he's a local artist here here at the lodge here at St. Edward's Park. And we're just appreciating the calligraphy that he's created. And congratulations on this.
You.
Looks amazing.
Thank you very much.
Tell me, how did you get started with this calligraphy? How did this start for you?
I started the calligraphy in 2020 during the pandemic, where everybody was, in home and there's nowhere to go, and I had a lot of time to process and practice the art. I've always been interested in art and calligraphy in general and Islamic art. During the pandemic, I had the time to work on it and practice it. Before that, I couldn't, and I was very busy with moving to the US and education, work, life in general. So I put it away. I used to practice art here and there every now and then and just abandon it after a while. But during 2020, I had a lot of time, as all of us. And so I started practicing and going back to that. And I was like, I really like doing this, and I'm enjoying it a lot. It's very therapeutic for me. And that's how it started.
I read something online. There was selling your first piece of art. That was something. What was that about?
That was a very exciting moment because before that I was just practicing as a hobby, and I make art and I put it away, or sometimes I lose it when I'm moving and stuff. But when I start posting it online, people start showing interest in it and encouragement and support. And one time, one person emailed me and said, "I'm interested if these pieces are available for sale." And I was like, "Of course." And I just sold the first piece, and I was like, "Well, this is actually something that I can do. This will motivate me more and give me a push to keep producing and doing the things that I love the most." So that was really exciting.
You haven't been here very long, a few years. So you're from Iraq?
Yeah.
And
from Iraq. Right?
I mean, that's quite different than here, or probably pluses and minuses, just like everywhere else.
True, of course, it's very different geographically, culturally, everything. So when I first moved here, it was a little bit difficult for me, learning the culture and the language, even though I spoke English before I moved here. But it was also still a learning curve for me. And so I started going back to school, studying again, and I wasn't really practicing art professionally when I lived in Iraq. But when I moved here, and then as I told you, during 2020, I started experimenting more and trying to do that professionally. But it's different in a way that in Iraq, this type of art is common. You can see it in old mosques, old buildings, historical areas, and people familiar with it, especially with the language, they can read it. But here, it's new. So I wanted to introduce it to the world, the Western world especially, in a way that is appreciated, and also share my culture with the world, and to just introduce it to them for them to appreciate it. And I found really good feedback, and that encouraged me a lot.
Yeah, sure. And how do you find the lodge here? This is almost a brand new place, even though it's an old building. It's been here a long time, but amazing what they've done here. Huh?
The lodge is really very unique, and how I found about the lodge, we just stayed here one night, and when I walked in to check in, I just saw this beautiful hallway with the nice lighting and these paintings, so beautiful. Before I put my luggage in the room, I just went to walk to see the beautiful art, and then I was asking, who's managing this place? And that's when they gave me the card of Kamala, and when I contacted her, I told her, I'm really amazed what you've done to this location with the art that you have, and I would love to be considered to one of the artists on the floor. And so I contacted her and shared a couple of emails and sent her some of the pictures, and she was really into helping me and supporting, and it was really, really amazing. I'm very glad that I actually came to that.
Wow, what a story. As far as this year, 2022 just started, what do you see as your challenges? What are your goals, that kind of thing?
One of the challenges definitely is finding a place to work and produce art in it. I
Okay.
do not have a studio or a working space to do that. It's a little challenging doing it from my tiny apartment. I'm kind of ruining the apartment right now.
Yeah.
So that's my focus right now, just to find a place where I can practice it in a safe way and sustainable to keep producing and doing it. And I have a vision that maybe in the future I will own my own studio, and it's unique and different, where people can come to the studio, no pressure, and just see my creative art process and talk to me, introduce them, tell them about each one, because each one has a story. And maybe just a place where people can hang out and with the artists and see how it works and maybe teach them something.
Yeah, wow. This is great. As far as coming up, is there anything additional people should know about you? I mean, we're in the kind of the North Seattle area, so local residents, if they want to come see it, anything extraordinary going on in the near future? Or?
Sure. Most of my art will be displayed here in the lounge,
Okay.
and I do commissions also. But I'm working with embroidery to have custom design that I make on wearable pieces, so I call it wearable art, where I just do embroidery and prints on clothes and pillows. So that's what I'm working on right now. It's going to be something that I will produce soon, and I'm very excited about it.
Okay. Well, great meeting you, Ali.
Thank you very much.
And,
I appreciate it.
And everyone, thanks for joining. And if you want to check out the rest of Ali's art, please stop by the lodge in St. Edward's Park here in Kenmore. There's a lot to see, and it's a spectacular place. I think you'll really enjoy your experience here.